Hello, we are the team from Lulie Street, brought to you by United. Now, a tough double loss on Saturday. Caf, underlights here at the Holden Centre, you were playing. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, against a really quality team in Sandringham. They actually knocked us out of the finals last year. And Nick Gray's 50th game, which is a great effort by him.
Did he have a banner?
No, we won't go there.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Okay.
But yeah, we could tell from the opening minutes that Sandringham were really up and about and a really quality team. A lot of St Kilda guys running around, and they've been in some really good form. Ash Close played really well, attacked the contest really well, and we managed to kick 3 of our first goals, which was a great effort by him. It was a real battle for the first 3 quarters. We hung around. We were only down by 4 goals at 3-quarter time. And then the last quarter, they just really ran away with it. Sandringham really got on top of us, kicked the opening goal of the quarter, and they never looked back, which was disappointing that we ended up going down by 11 goals because we thought our contest was pretty good. We just let ourselves down with a lot of skill errors, a lot of turnovers in the back half of the ground.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, Caf. Look, the scores at 3-quarter time were 3 goals down, but it's just our inability just to do the simple things for the majority of the game. So that's really costing us at the minute. But all credit to the opposition. Look, they've got a really good team. They've got a really good list of players to choose from at the minute, and they're going really well. But as you can see, our scoreboard there with our best Hinkley and Jordan Kelly, who is continually playing good footy in that back line.
And that's reflected in the Lulie rankings. Jordan Kelly, elite up there with 103. Caf, you up there again with 101. But maybe tell us a bit about Dale Hinkley. It's his second game for the club. Looks a likely player.
Yeah, he's only played a couple of games for the club, and obviously coming because we've had a lot of injuries and a lot of guys go down, so he's been given his opportunity, but he's been really impressive. He's a young guy that's just come in and willing to learn and just play his role. And
I
think
that's
what's and that's what stood out on the weekend a couple of times, a couple of big contests, and took the game on, as you said, with run and carry with the ball and used it quite well. So I think he's got a bright future.
That's really exciting.
Now for the United player
Your
of
United.
the round, my United player of the round, goes to a man who's already won the United player of the round a few weeks ago, and that is Jordan Kelly, who, as I touched on before, has been pretty much Mr. Consistent throughout the whole year. So he takes it out for this week. He's playing some good footy down back. He's linking up really well across half back, and what's really good is he's mocking the ball when that ball comes in from the opposition. So he's going really well down back, and he's using the ball really well, as you probably would have noticed, Caf, across that half back line.
Yeah, it's something that stood out. We touched on it a couple of weeks ago. There's just that real steadying head down there for us, and just reads the ball really well coming in, and has always been able to take all those mocks, and as you said, uses it well coming out. So really trust him with ball in hand.
So mocks is marks from opposition kicks.
Very good, Piers. There's a good mock right there. So he's a mock specialist. It's what we like. So. Well, the loss to Carlton on Saturday afternoon certainly didn't detract the many fans that came back to the Holden Centre post-game to watch the VFL. The social club was open, and our Collingwood media cameras caught up with James, or Yames, McCleary.
3 votes to Big Moose, kicked 3 goals, so quite appropriate. Presented well up the ground, contested well, brought the ball to the ground, so really well played. 2 votes to Big Witsy. On its first game back from injury, tap work was really good and got up around the ground really well. And 1 vote we'll give to Caf. Shout out to Caf on the panel. Probably had just under 30 disposals, maybe 28, 29. And he showed really good leadership around the ball, especially in tight. Worked hard in the contested ball, so yeah.
Well, James giving you a shout out and 1 vote. No shout out for us, Pips. What's going on there?
He's a talker.
He's a good man, James.
Quite astute though. You said you had 28 or 29. You had 27.
You're well.
So is he paying attention, wasn't he? Knows his
Obviously,
footy.
well, maybe counting his. Well, he's a good bean counter, so maybe that's what he was doing.
He's got to get it right though next time.
No, good
Correct,
man.
Pips.
Well, moving on from that, we go to the United fan vote. So as we have a look at the leaderboard there, we've got Witsy, clear winner with 55%. It was great having Witsy back in the side as a midfielder, having him put it down my throat. So that was pretty handy. What did you see out there, Pebs?
Look, Witter started a little bit sluggish. Look, he's been out of the game for 4 or 5 weeks, and really in that first quarter he tried to get his legs going, moving around the ground, and as the game went along, particularly in the second half, I thought he was outstanding with his ruck work and particularly with his aerial around the ground. He got a good chop out from Lockie Howe, who's an undersized ruckman, but competing really hard against experienced ruckmen. So both boys are having a real dig.
Well, it was good to have him back in the side. We also had Gus Borthwick and John O'Marsh back in the side, which helps. We've got a few injuries at the club at the moment, and it was good. The more senior boys we get back in, the better. As you can see there was quite a significant injury list. It impacts us at VFL level. We had every single available VFL listed player play this week. They had a huge crack, and they're getting great exposure, but it's just we're kind of victims of circumstance at the moment, so we'll work through that.
Put the boots on soon, mean Tarks.
Yeah, put you down at number one, Pebs, kick some bombs. But as you can see there, a few of the AFL boys should be back in the next few weeks, and that'll definitely strengthen our VFL side as well. So fingers crossed there. Now, CAF, our ladder.
Yeah, don't know if we want to look at the ladder
we have to go
at
to the
moment.
No,
Yeah.
no ladder. There it is.
Yeah, so we're sitting 10th. Obviously, we've dropped another game behind those top sides there. So
Percentage copped a bit of a battering, didn't it?
Yeah, it's been copping a hit the last couple of weeks. So look, we come up against Geelong this week down at Geelong. We've got a pretty good record down there, so great if we can get some fans down there. Obviously, the AFL boys are going to be away up in Brisbane, so 1 o'clock down at Simmons Stadium. Get down and support the boys, and hopefully come away with a nice victory this weekend.
Yeah, they're a well-drilled team, Geelong, and we're going to have to be on our A game to get a win.
Huge weekend ahead. AFL boys up in Brisbane. Get down to Simmons and support the VFL Pies. Big week. We're turning it around. Go VFL Pies.